Hello students. Today we are going to start with the new lesson and also the very important thing we want to discuss in the lesson, the concept of the water. Did you think that it is the very important to study about the water? Yes. If you see the lot of information, if you see that the lot of information we want to know about the water. What information you want to know about the water? Daily we are going to use the water, right? Daily we are going to use the water. We just open the tap. We just open the tap. The water is going. We are not see that is that bucket is filled or not. We leave it. Is that so important? We want to store the water. Is that very important or very neatness to store the water? Yes. If you see that, now what happens means the scarcity of the water takes place. If you see that in the so many areas, you will not get the proper drinkable water. If you see, don't go anywhere else. If you see in Karnataka also, so many places, they don't have proper drinking water facilities. They are suffering from the drinking water. Did you imagine that you are going to open the tap and leave it for 1 hour, 2 hours? To get one bucket of water, they want to go 2 to 3 miles. Just imagine that to get only one bucket of water. To get the one bucket of water, they are going to walk 2 to 3 kilometers per day. Just imagine to get only the one bucket of water. You are open the tap and you leave it, right? To get the one bucket of water in so many areas, they are going to walk for 2 to 3 miles. Then also, some of them get the water and some of them are not get the water. This is the exact situation. This is the exact situation of the water. And I written on source, if you see that. If you have water, you can think of future. Right, it is true. Did you imagine that you will get the waters in the bottles? In the old age, ask your fathers or ask your mother or your grandmother. If anyone is walking near their home means, they only ask that you want water. Shall you drink the water? Shall I give the water to you? Now what happens? The water is also stored in the bottle and that also can be sold with the use of money, right? In the previous years that you think of your grandmother or grandfather's age, that time they are going to give the water. Okay, when you are walking near their home, they are going to call you and tell them to drink the water. Nowadays, that water also be sold with the use of money. That's why I'm telling that if you have the water, then you have the future. Otherwise, imagine that. Okay, just imagine that no water. Imagine just that no water is there. Then what happens? Without water, you can't spend one day also. What are the uses of water? Why we are going to study the water chapter? What is it use? If you see that the first use of the water is used for drinking, right? If you are not drink the water, the digestion of the food is not takes place properly. Therefore, the water is the most necessary thing that should be present for the digestion. That is the first one. For the first, the water is used for the drinking. Next, the water is used for the agriculture. Without water, we can't grow single one crop also. That's why the water is used in the agriculture. Water is used for cooking. Water is used for bathing. Water is used for cleaning clothes. almost all the things, almost all the programs what we are going to do in the day-to-day life, we want water, right? For doing the single one program, okay, if you are going to do single one work, for that work also the water is the main necessary thing. You can call it as the raw material. The water is the raw material for the each and every work. Therefore, we want to know some of the information about the water, right? As now we are going to start discussing some of the important thing and some of the information about the water. And I said that if you have the water, you can think of the future. I said that so many, what are the uses where we are going to use the water. If you think that no water is there means this all the activities we can't do. We can't do this activity means the regular process, the regular day-to-day activity we can't do. Therefore, the water is the main raw material for all the process. And also, if you see that the 22nd March we called as an World Water Day, which is the day 22nd March. 22nd March we called as an World Water Day. And some of the American scientists or American researchers, they are going to do that. They are going to calculate the amount of water that used by the single person in a day. Some of the research members, they are going to calculate the amount of water what we are going to use daily. And they get shocked. Why means the one person going to use the 50 liters of the water per day. Did you imagine that? Did you think that? You consider you also going to use 50 liters of the water per day. You can think that, ma'am, no ma'am, we are not using that much of water. We are going to save water. Did you think that? Calculate that. For bathing, you will use 2 to 2.5 buckets for bathing. That comes 20 liters. Okay, 20 liters or 30 liters that comes in the bathing only. And some other extra activity you are going to do for that, 5 to 6 liters will go. Daily 3 to 4 liters you are going to drink the water for cooking, for washing the utensils. Like that, a person daily they can use 50 liters of water. If you only use the 50 liters of water means, imagine that how many members are there in your home. Calculate how many liters of water you are going to use from your total home. It's so difficult, right? We are going to use so many waters. If you see that in the shop or in the stationery shop, what is the amount of 1 liter of water? Maybe 20 to 30 rupees. Consider that it is the 30. Therefore, for 10 liters, how many rupees we are going to use? 30. For the 1 liter of water, you are going to use 30 rupees means for 10 liter, 300 rupees. For 50 liters, imagine that like that. If you are going to think how many rupees we are going to spend for the water per day. Thank God we are not used to pay for 1 liter amount for the daily usage, right? I'm just telling that one or another day it will also happen. Now how we are going to waste the water? If it is goes on continuous, seriously what I said now, they are going to count for 1 liter of water usage what you are going to use for your home also. That's why we are going to save our water. I'm telling that save our water. That means water belongs to everyone, right? Therefore, we want to save our water for our future. After discussing that, the 22nd is the March, 22nd March is the World Water Day. And also we discussed that 50 liters per day we are going to use by the one person. After that, we want to see that how much water is available on the earth. Imagine that, not imagination, this is not an imagination. You think that how much percentage of the water is present on the earth? If you see the earth, most of all, 71%. How much? Most of all, the 71% of the earth is made up of water. That means it consists of water. Remaining percentage is of land. Understood? 71% is made by the water. 71% is of the water and remaining percentage is of the land. Then where this amount of water is there, ma'am, then why we are going to save our water? What is the necessary thing? 71% of the water is there. You are telling that the scarcity will come. We want to save water, everything you are saying. But if you see that 71% is there, ma'am, then we can use our water anyhow, how can? Right? No. If you see that the 71% of the water, almost all the percentage of the water is salty water, that is ocean water. Only 2% in that 71%, only 2% of the water is the fresh water. I'm not telling drinkable water, only the fresh water. Remaining 69% of the water is the salty water. We can't use that one, right? We can't use the ocean for any of the purposes like agriculture, cooking, bathing, any of this process we are not going to use the salty water. And that also so many amount of water is present as an ice cubes in the polar regions. Right? If you see in the polar regions, so many of them are the ice cubes. We can't use that ice cube for our regular purposes. For if you want to do also, we want to melt that ice and everything we want to do. That is not so easily possible, right? That is not so easily possible. Therefore, think in your mind that, okay, think in your mind, we have only the 2% of the water, fresh water. In that also 2%, some of the waters are present in the oceans, lakes, ponds, falls, right? Only 0.21% of the water we are going to use as a drinkable water. What is the percentage of the water we are going to use for the drinkable water? We are going to use 0.21%. 0.21% of the water for the drinking purpose. Remaining all are present in the ocean. I said that rivers, lakes, ponds, like that. Understood? In the 71% of the water, we get only 2% for the fresh water. In that 2%, we will get only the 0.21% of the drinkable water. To explain this concept, there is one activity that give in your textbook. Now I am going to explain that activity. To explain how exactly the 71% of the water is used. So 71% is in that 71%, the 2% is only fresh water. In that 2%, the 0.21% is only the drinking water. To explain this concept, in your textbook, they are going to give an activity. What is that activity? In the step 1, okay, I am explaining the step 1. In the step 1, take medium-sized bucket. Okay, you want to take one medium-sized bucket. For that bucket, fill up with the water. It contains about 20 liters of water. Imagine that the bucket should have the capacity to hold 20 liters of water. What is the capacity of the bucket? The capacity of the bucket should be 21 liter of water or 20 liter of water. Okay. Assume that this 20 liter of water is the 71% of the water. Assume that the 20 liter of water is what are the water systems, the water bodies that present in the earth. After that, take a teaspoon of about 5 ml capacity and transfer 100 spoon of water from the bucket, like a bath mug. That means you want to take 1 mug of water from that bucket. This represents total fresh water on the earth. In the 20 liters of the water in the bucket, just take 1 mug of water. That mug indicates the fresh water, that is 2%. Okay, 2% I said, right? That one. And from that mug, take 1 glass of water. First, from the bucket, you want to take 1 mug of water. From that 1 mug of water, now you are going to take 1 glass of water. This measures the presence of the groundwater. Okay, that means it consists of the presence of the groundwater. In that 1 glass of water, now take 1 tablespoon of the water. It represents the presence of the lake, rivers of the entire world. What you are going to do? First, you want to take 1 bucket of water. In that 1 bucket of water, its capacity would be 20 liters. What is the capacity of that? The capacity of the bucket should be 20 liters. In that 20 liters, now take 1 mug of water. This mug indicates the presence of the fresh water. After, in that mug, take 1 glass of water. In that, this 1 glass indicates the total amount of the groundwater. After, in this glass, take 1 spoon of water. This 1 spoon indicates the drinking water. Okay, that is lake, rivers, what are the things that indicates. Now you imagine that how much of the water is available for us. Understood the activity? Okay then. Next we are going to discuss about the forms of water. What we are going to discuss next? Next, we are going to discuss about the forms of water. What is this forms? What type of forms may be present? If you see that there are mainly consist of the 3 types of the forms. They are mainly consist of the 3 types of the forms of water. What are the 3 types of forms of water? The 3 important types of water is, one is solid form, liquid form, and the third one is the gaseous form. What are the 3 forms of the water? The 3 important forms of the water is, one is solid, second one is liquid, and the third one is gaseous form. These are the 3 forms of water. What are the 3 forms of water? One is the solid form, second one is the liquid form, and third one is the gaseous form. Now we are going to discuss one by one. What is this solid form? Next we are going to discuss about what is liquid form. After that we are going to discuss about the gaseous form. First we are going to discuss about the solid forms. What is this solid form? What is this form of the water we call it as? Imagine that the water, what is the state of the water? Liquid, right? What is the state of water? The state of the water is liquid. Then how you convert that liquid into the solid? We are going to convert the liquid into the solid by freezing. What is the process called as? Freezing. We are going to convert the liquid to the solid in the process called as an freezing. What is freezing? We are going to convert the liquid form of water into the solid form by the process of the freezing. What you are going to do? Take an example. You are going to take some 1 glass of water. You want to put that 1 glass of water in the freezer. What happens? It freezes the water to forms the ice. Right? Just take that ice in the one hand. Take the liquid water in the one hand. If you see the matter state, this is little bit hard, right? But the liquid is not hard. It has the definite shape. The solids have the definite shape, but liquid has no definite shape. It takes the shape of the container. Therefore, understood that the first form of the water is solid. How we are going to convert into the solid? We are going to convert the liquid water into the solid by the process named as freezing. What is called as? It is called as an freezing. We are going to freeze the liquid to get the solid. If you see in the nature, what are the solid forms? Means, if you see in the nature, we have the examples, snow and ice caps. If you see the polar region, Antarctica like that, you will see the ice caps. And also in the Himalayas. Okay, the Himalaya mountain, almost all that area is covered by the ice caps and the snow. Then you can ask that, ma'am, is that the temperature is very low there, the liquid becomes solid? Yes. If you see the temperature of the Himalayas region, the temperature is less than -2, -5 times. Sometimes it enters to -7 also. Therefore, in that region, the temperature of that atmosphere is in the negative value. That's why the liquid water becomes solid. Understood the solid form? How we are going to get the solid form? The liquid is converted into the solid. Here, if you see that the liquid state is converted into the solid state with the use of the method freezing. Example for the solid forms are, one is the snow and another one is the ice caps. After that, next we are going to discuss about the liquid forms. What are these liquid forms? This is the general one. Okay, almost all the water is present in the liquid form only. You know, right? If you see the river, lake, oceans and everywhere, you get that liquid form only. Therefore, the particles of the water not that present in the strict region, the definite shape. It has the free. The particles are moved freely in the liquid state. Example, ocean, lakes, rivers. These are the example for the liquid form. And the next type of the form we are going to discuss about the gaseous form. What is this gaseous form? Where we are going to get this gaseous form? If you see that, first how we are going to get this gaseous form is, when you are going to heat the liquid. What you are going to do? When you are going to heat the liquid, again the process of conversion of the liquid to its vapor state. This process is known as evaporation. What is the process that takes place to convert from the liquid state to the gaseous state? Evaporation. What is evaporation? The process of conversion of the liquid state water into the vapor state. What is this one? It is the process of conversion of the liquid water into the vapor state. That we called as an evaporation. Understood evaporation? What is evaporation? The process of conversion of the liquid water into the water vapors, that we call it as an evaporation. Therefore, we are going to convert the water from the liquid to the gaseous state by the means of evaporation. Here from the liquid to the solid state, freezing. Here from the liquid to the gaseous state, evaporation. Understood the three forms of the water? What are the three forms of the water? The three forms of the water are solid forms, liquid form and the gaseous form. What are the three forms of water? Solid form, liquid form and gaseous form. And also I written here, in the place of the water, I written as H2O. What is this I written as H2O? If you see that the molecular formula of the water is H2O. Hydrogen 2 molecules are there and oxygen 1 molecule. The 2 hydrogen combine with the 1 oxygen to form the H2O. Understood the concept what we discussed today? We discussed some little bit information about the water, but in the next class we are going to discuss about lot amount of information about the water. Up to that, bye everyone.